What's up, guys? Welcome back. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to our last preseason game ahead of the new season. I think the most important one. I think if you watch the channel, I've said it for a couple of days. I think besides not picking up any injuries today, um, I need to see something. In terms of maybe especially fitness, because the last couple of seasons it wasn't good fitness wise. I think we all saw that, especially in the first month, especially September up to the 60th minute, where we struggled big time. So that is key for me. Also, no injuries. I'm not expecting anything spectacular. Result wise, unless you get battered, I don't really care. It's just fitness, no injuries, and hopefully we will see something up top. Hello, Robert. If you're in, like the video, subscribe. Before people ask, um, you can watch the game on OneFootball, but you need to pay €2 or $3 for a lot of people, I guess. Or you can just watch on Italian channels. Now I have both, but the OneFootball thing is not working for me on the iPad. It's working on the PC, but on the iPad it's not working. So if anyone has trouble with that, try to use your computer instead of the phone or the iPad if you're using OneFootball, because apparently there is an issue if you use it on an iOS device. For some reason, it's not working. Um, but yeah, the lineup. Let me check the lineup. I know the lineup. Oh, here is Perin, Danilo, Bremer, Sandro, Wea, Miretti, Locatelli, Rabiot, Cambiasso, Chiesa, Vlahovic. So a lot of people saying that's a starting lineup for Udinese. I think Gatti will start. If not, then what are we doing? Fagioli's not fit. McKennie is not, not good, I'm going to say. So I'm assuming that's kind of the lineup that's going to be at Udinese. Maybe Kostic coming into the team, and I think Gatti, Chesney, obviously. But that midfield is probably going to be what it is now. So something to look to keep an eye on, because I don't think a lot changed. Like midfield, Giovanni Albanese just said that Miretti could stay. I'm not so sure of it, but as long as you don't sign a midfielder, then yeah, yes. But they're pushing to sign a midfielder, so I don't think if you sign a midfielder, I don't think Miretti is going to stay. But if you don't sign a midfielder, you don't have a choice than keeping Miretti, because you don't rate McKennie. You made that clear last summer. Pogba's not fit, and probably won't be fit all season. And you lost Rovella, so yeah, I think Miretti as of now a chance of staying. But if you believe all reports, they're signing a new midfielder, and he's gonna go on loan. So let's see how that will go. Interesting. If you look at the team, we have two signings. We have Wea, and I'm gonna count Cambiasso as a signing because he never played for us. So he is a new player for us. Um, Other than that, it's the same team. It's the same team. So I don't even know. Going into the new season, I don't have much of an expectation. I'll put that out there immediately, because it's the same team, it's the same coach. So I'm not sure how we're gonna turn that around. And now the stream also died for me, but that's not good. That's not good at all. Is anyone watching on the OneFootball thing? Otherwise, I need to skip, change to Sky or whatever. Can we see the game live on YouTube? No, like I said, you need to download the OneFootball app. But I'm not. I'm gonna say do not do it, because it's a mess. I might need to stream it actually on TV, and that will be terrible for this stream. Let me see if I can get it up. So you can download OneFootball, and you can apparently watch it on there, but it's not working. It's absolutely not working. Let me see. Let me see if I can switch it up a bit. What do you think about the lineup? Let me know in the comments what you make of the lineup. because there are a few surprises, I'm gonna say, or like surprises. I don't think anyone was expecting Cambiaso to start. Maybe that's a sign for next week. I don't think so. I think it will be Kostic going into Udinese. I want to say not yeah, Udinese. Oh, this is terrible. Let me see if I can get the football. What is this? Like the video if you're in, and subscribe to the channel if you're new, because that's good for the channel. Put your score predictions in the chat. Not that I really care. I don't think score is that key, but just put them in the chat just to make sure. What do you think? I think we're gonna lose. I'm gonna go with a 2-1 Lou. L. Vlahovic starting. Maybe that's a sign. Some might say, because the rumors have cooled down a little bit. There was a report from Corriere suggesting that the deal will be picked up later this week, basically. But the game has kicked off. So, yeah, let's go. For people asking, again, one football app, but it's not working that very good, so I'm not suggesting it, to be honest. What a game from Tonali. I didn't watch Newcastle. I saw he scored, right? He did score. Is it on Sky or the Zone? It's on Sky. It's on Sky Italia, I saw. I'm not watching it on Sky. Otherwise, the stream will die if I do that both now. But I think it's on Sky. If you're in Italy or you have a way to catch Sky, basically. I forgot Atalanta signed Kolasinac. Remember when we were linked with him and then he went Arsenal? Also interesting to see way out today, because apparently last time, was it when we played Real Madrid, he had a fitness issue mid-game, according to him and according to Allegri. So let's see how he will develop. Oh my God. First misplace from Alexandro. Oh my God, Alexandro. Like the video if you're in. I said it today. Like Alexandro is one of the fact that he's still here. Isn't it on the Zone? Then it's Sky, because I saw the commercial. It's Sky or Italia, one of the two Italian channels, because I saw the commercial earlier today, but I'm not watching on it. Again, people, I'm watching the game on the One Football app, so you need to download it, and you need to pay €2 or $3, depending on where you are, and you can watch the game. But you need to watch it on a PC because it's not working on an iPad or whatever. For some reason, the app is not working. So you need to go on their website, basically, and watch that game. If you're in, like the video, people. Do it now. But what was I saying? Alexandro. Okay, so Sky 200. Yeah, 204. It's on. It's on both. I was pretty sure it was Dazan, but I think Sky as well. What was I saying? Oh yeah, Alexandro. Alexandro still being at the club is... I have no words for it. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Remember, was it mid-June? Was it mid-June? When like, everybody was talking about, everybody was talking about Alexandro's gonna leave. Di Marzio Di Marzio said, Alexandro's gonna leave or close. Romano, everybody was pushing it, and fast forward 2 months, Um, and Alexander's still here and he's playing. And some might think he is gonna start the season instead of Gatti. I don't think Allegri can do that. Going off the news that we were actually pushing him out of the door, then it didn't happen. I don't think you can start Alexander. Three Brazilians at the back, but how long is that ago that they don't have an Italian starting in that back line? Probably not that long. Maybe Quadrado, Benatia. Yeah, then Bonucci, Clini, or Basali, one of them was always playing. So, not sure. But three Brazilians at the back, it's never a good sign, if we're being honest. If you're going off our past, uh, it's not the best of signs. Atalanta are losing Zapata to Roma apparently as well. They got Scamacca, so kind of makes sense that they let go of Zapata. He's still playing today, but he's close to joining Roma. Interesting. Great decision by Scamacca to join Atalanta. I think so. I agree. Um, I think he needs to become the main guy again at a team where there's less pressure. I think if you join Inter, it's Lautaro, but you're still, you come in for the money, for that money. You're replacing Lukaku slash Seiko. Expectations are high after a season where he didn't play at all at West Ham. So I do agree with that. I think it's the best move he could have made to pick up his career again. Because he didn't play last season at all. It was a weird transfer going West Ham. I never understood that. Because I think Smak as a player who loves to play with a combination, get into the ball, but when Moyes, that's the complete opposite. So I never understood that move. West Ham was dreadful. Yeah, the way Moyes plays, like that's why Antonio's like how old is he? Like 34. Like he's run out of gas, but he's still playing. He's still there. Because that's the way he plays, and he doesn't score a lot of goals, Antonio, but he's key to what they do. So can keep an eye on Cambiasso today. Now that we know he's gonna stay. That was it. And playing at Cesena brings back my. Who remembers that game away to Cesena where Borriello scored? Where we missed a pen. Was it Pirlo who missed a pen in the first half? Del Piero came on. He had a big chance, or like he was unlucky. Oof. And then Borriello scored. That was key. That made us win the title almost because we were struggling that game. It was hard to break Cesena down, and then Borriello did why we got him for in January. Cambiaso's drifting centrally, probably to make space for Chiesa. Very different to Kostic. Yeah, like they're two different players. Like I think everybody knows what Kostic is. Like he is one dimensional, if you want to call it that. You know what Kostic is gonna do. But to be honest, at Stuttgart, I thought he was more diverse. If I'm being completely honest, that was good. Um, Actually, to be honest, at West Ham, at Frankfurt, I thought Kostic was a bit more unpredictable because he did cut inside more often, especially in the Europa League campaign. But with us, it's one dimensional. Is doing that left hand side, cross that ball, and that's it. You know. So if it doesn't work, you know what you're gonna get. I have ADHD, no long term memory when it comes to specifics. You cannot remember the Borriello goal. Not remember. You cannot forget the Borriello goal away to Cesena. Because we were really struggling that game. Then Del Piero came on. Pirlo missed a pen in the first half. I think he hit the post. Um, and then Borriello scored. It was close to the end of the game as well. It was close. I remember because somebody in that Milan stadium cheered, and then they all thought Cesena equalized that game. Funny, in that season, I didn't see. That's the only game I missed in the last, I don't know, 12, 13 year. The Lecce game at home when Buffon made a mistake. I was away with school, and there was no TV. We were not allowed to have phones for 3 4 days. So I only picked up the result, but I didn't watch that game. That's the only game I missed in like 12, 13 years. And it was actually a good game I missed, I guess. A lot of energy, especially from a front, pressing from the front from us. That's what I said because Hanina's in the chat. I know. I said that's the only difference I've seen compared to last season. Not for 90 minutes. That's also something. But the press is more intense. It's not all over the place. It's with the entire team, and the link-up play up front is better. Now, is that going to be a massive change over 38 games? I don't know, because you need more than that. I think at the back we're not good as a team, as a unit. Just I don't think we're good enough. That's the only difference I picked up from last season. Also, because the players they keep saying it, you know, that they want to play out from the back. It's more. Who was that? I think it was Milik who said like it's more about finding each other close, play close to each other, and playing out from the back. But that's only possible if you're clean in possession. I don't know. With certain players in the team, I don't think that's gonna be a great success. The new movement coach brings a lot. Maybe it could be, it could be. But it's very. It's actually impossible to do worse than last season up front. Like there was nothing up front last season. It was Chiesa or Di Maria doing it on his own, or Kostic crossing that ball. Like we need to be completely honest. Set pieces. Other than that, we struggled big time. There were no overlaps. Actually, never an overlap. And you cannot do worse than that. You can, but like I still think Kostic is gonna start next week. Um, there's talks about him moving, but there's no offer. Like there's no talk. There's talks about him leaving, but no talks about teams being in for him. Like none. So, not sure where that's gonna work. Can't find the game. One football, and then you need to click matches, and then it says Juve. Watch now, and then you need to pay €2, and then you can watch the game. You need to make an account on one football app, but that's like 1 minute work. Those Chelsea deals, by the way, are insane. Like, sign the deal until 31, 32. That's crazy. that's Those are 10-year deals. Why would you sign a 10-year deal? Why would you do that? Where to watch a game for free? I cannot help you with that. I'm not gonna lie. I have no idea how. But I know it's on OneFootball, and I know it's terrible. So I'm not saying do that because it's terrible. Keep saying it's a mess. The OneFootball thing is a mess. Let me get this out of here. Uh, now that everybody's watching, do we need a midfielder? Do you think we need a midfielder? Because that's a debate now. There are people who say we don't need one. I think we need one. I don't think we're good enough now as we are. I don't want to see. Oops. I don't want to see Locatelli in that DM role. I've seen it last season. I've seen it in preseason, and it's just it's not good, man. It's really poor at times. So I don't want to see him in that position. But we need to make a signing, you know. Thuram is a dream, but like 40 million, we're not gonna give 40 million. I don't want Party. Amrabat, okay, but Carlos Augusto is gone. He was linked with us. That's gone. So what does that mean for the Kostic and all those things? That's why I'm very confused with the Kostic link. I don't get that. I don't get that link. Jesus Christ, this app is terrible. It's terrible. Like, are you gonna let me watch the game? Yes or no? Let me get another stream up because this is ain't it. I forgot that Atalanta sold Hoyland. Why did I blank that out? Because I was thinking, why did they got Skamaka? If Hoyland is gone, it makes sense. So far, Cambiaso looks good, so that's a positive. That's nice. Oh, that was some great build-up play. That's what I said against Milan, especially in that first half against Real Madrid. That first half, link-up play up front is better. There's an idea behind it. Chiesa looks sharp all season, all preseason, same as Keane. But there is some changes up front. There's finally some movement. It's not 100% clean, but there's movement. There's movement. Let's see. A lot of play is going down the left-hand side, which kind of makes sense. You have Chiesa there, so you're assuming it will go long. But Keen, uh, Weah didn't really have much of the ball. Didn't really have much of the ball so far, so that's clean. Oh, our pressing is good. Let's see for how long. That's the thing. Cambiaso's making us way more fluid. It is. I mean, it's not difficult if you compare that with Alexander, who kind of played there a lot. Kostic, they're one-dimensional players. So, but he's playing well. It's unpredictable. Um, it should have been up by now because we have been in around the box for 20 minutes now. Keza looks like he really wants a goal tonight. I hope he gets it. He needs to have a good season. I hope he has a good season. We need him. We need him big time. That's a good cross. Okay. But Norbert made a good point. Let's see for how long. It's intensive. You know, the press is intense. Is intense. Chiesa, I think Chiesa needs to have a big season. He needs to have a big season for his own, for us, especially for us being selfish, but you know, especially for himself. You know, I told you, Onion, but you didn't want to believe me. All you did is call me out, saying, "Where did you see the improvement up front?" Again, I will say I don't know if it's going to translate into the season. I think at the back it's still not good, and it's just because of the quality of the entire team, especially the back line. But up front, the movement is different. You know, if we're gonna keep up with it, will it improve? Will it crumble completely? I don't know. Like I don't know, but as of now, it's good. Like it looks better. But then again, I'll repeat myself. You couldn't possibly do any worse uh, than last season. Yeah, the first half against the next gen was bad, but I mean that's a game with like that. That's just a game for the vibes. Like I think this is something different. Even preseason games against Real Madrid, you play at a different mindset than playing basically your friends because they train with the under 23. Miretti's playing well, by the way. I like Miretti. I think I will always like Miretti. I like how he's on the ball, calm, composed, always aware of his surroundings, where he is. His finishing, his final ball, shooting, passing, that needs to improve because he has all the abilities to do that. So um, it's a fact the new guys who's been teaching how to move, cause I don't think it's Allegri. Ryan Cambiaso brings something we missed last season. Like again, Kostic and Sandro are so predictable, one-dimensional. So if you get somebody who moves a little bit, fine. But I'm not gonna say you don't no credit to Allegri because last season, I mean, we set up that way. Like you could have played Ealing Jr. at times, you know, and change it up, but he didn't do that. And Cuadrado all season long when you know it was that, you know. The new coach is like an offensive coordinator. I actually don't know what that means because, to be honest, that's the first time I heard that. I heard that. Excuse me, for a football team, and that's not an American football team. So I don't even know what that means. I didn't even know that existed. But then again, Arsenal have a coach for set pieces, throw-ins, and all that stuff. So what do I know? What do I know? Result, no injuries. That's key. No injuries. Result, I don't care. Just I want to see improvement. Next week is what really, really counts. Um, I will do a preview every month for the games. But we play Udinese and Bologna. We need 6 points. Like we need to start the season with 6 out of 6. No excuses. Absolutely no excuses. I think it's the international break after the first two games, right? That's not a good ball, Rabio. That's not a good pass. People in the chat, let me know because I know how Napoli's preseason is going. No, I know how Inter and Milan's preseason is going. I have absolutely no idea how Napoli's preseason game is going. Uh, have they played preseason games? And that's a serious question against caliber teams because I've heard nothing about Napoli, so I don't even know how the preparation is going. Roma, same thing. No idea, to be honest. Um, and Lazio, yeah, they played some really dodgy teams. But I have no idea how Napoli's preparation is going. So if anybody knows, let me know in the comments. Because usually they play those smaller clubs, which is fine. Like it's not it is what it is. Um, but interesting to know because they sold Kim Min Jae, and they brought in that guy. I forgot his name now, but quite late. Quite late. So how is he gonna fit in? Yeah, Rabiot is is not having a good game. I think this is the first time he played since the end of the season. So his first game in like 3 months, 2 months. He's not playing well. Passing is completely off, and you can see he's out of. He's not on the same pace, which is normal, I guess. That's a bad ball from Wea. That's not a good ball to play Miretti. That's not a great ball from Miretti because I hate when I hate when a player sees that before he plays a pass, somebody's under pressure, but he's like, I'm gonna still give it to you, just fight for it. I hate it when there are other options. I'm a bit disappointed in Atalanta because it's not that suffocate like they usually they suffocate you. High press, intensity, even though for a preseason game, uh, It's a bit disappointing, intensity-wise. I was expecting something completely different. Alexandro, by the way, remains terrible in possession. He's just... Somebody needs to keep count how many times Alexandro is in front of an opponent, like face to face, but he's still trying to fit that ball in there when there's no chance of making that pass. He does that over and over and over again. It's ridiculous. Oh, something I wanted to say is, I think I said that in the second half uh, against Real Madrid in the second half. When we are the playing possession-based football up front, we bring a lot of players into the box. But when we are trying to cross that ball in, I think it's a bit too loosey still. It's just Vlahovic and maybe Rabiot. I think we can do more with that. I thought last season that was a big problem, a big issue. Just Vlahovic up there. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how that account does that every day, but credit to him. One more year, and you can delete the account, I guess, or you can pick it up for whatever Alexandro chooses to play for, I guess. Is everybody watching on One Football? Let me know, uh, because it's terrible, and I cannot switch it up. What is the first game of the season in Syria? Does anyone know? Does anyone who kicks the season off and which day is it? Is it Napoli? I know in England usually, or like not usually, but they pick a big team most of the time playing. I remember there was discussion that the opening game of the season, but I don't know if that went through. That it will be the winner of Serie A against the winner of Serie B, but that never went through. I guess, which I thought that would have been a good idea. That's too hard. We should have been up by now. We should have been up by now. You know what my fear is? Napoli, Frosinone, and Verona, Empoli. Okay, so it is. I thought so. It did happen, or is it just by luck? Because I remember, uh, I think it was last summer that. Oh, that's a foul. So Napoli, Frosinone, Verona, Empoli. Not that shy. What was I gonna say? Oh, my fear is if Chiesa picks up an injury, like up front we have a lot of the same players like Keane, Milik, Flower. Not 100% the same, but not even close to what Chiesa is as a player. That's my biggest fear this season, because even last season, and I know it didn't really work out with Di Maria, but you had the idea of okay, it's Di Maria on the other side, You don't have that now. So that's my biggest fear. You know, I think if Chiesa's out, you need to trust Junior to play up front a little bit. You have to, and in possession maybe switch it up with the three, and even out of possession. I like you try them as a Mezzala. I think it will just be fine. But that's my biggest fear. Chiesa should have been up by now. Didn't really give up too much, I'm gonna say. Hanin, what day is it? Is it Friday? Then Napoli play Frosinone, and what time is it as well? If you can let me know. Is it kicking off on Friday? And what time? Because I might do a watch long for it. Because we don't play in Europe, so I'm gonna watch other games as well on this channel, Champions League, whatever. Saturday, Italian time. Okay. Well, forget about it. I'm not. I'm not available for that time. I thought it was the 9 one. I like the hustle, even when it's not coming off completely at times. I do like to keep believe in every possession, which is good. Which is good. I have a question. Because Winter is gone, Bonucci is, I don't know what Bonucci is, like gone here. One of the two, like you choose. Um, um, Let me know in the chat. What do you think the chances are of Huijsen actually getting minutes? And I'm not saying starting at whatever consistency, but like, but actually getting solid minutes. Getting solid minutes. What do you think? Because we're gonna pick up injuries, and if we pick up one injury at the back, you already need Huijsen on the bench going into a match day, basically. If we keep Sule, he could do a job in case of spot, maybe. But I don't. I think Sule is out. Um, if we play 3-5-2, I think Sule is out. His agents, like, he needs to leave. Like, if he's not gonna play at all, for his own sake, I know it would be better for us if he stays, but he and his manager are not, thinking about that, and nor should they. I said, I get you need the money, but we're not gonna get 20 mil. What we want. Don't sell him for like 8 million euros. Then just loan him out or sell him for 8, but put an option in there, whatever, to get him back, which we didn't do for the winter, and that's very disappointing. Junior will be a good there too. Yeah, that's what I said. I think as Kiesa's out, you need to trust Junior, and maybe switch it up. Move away from that back. Oh, that's not good. Because he can play Junior. I think he can play up there. Defensively, it's not the greatest, but he should not be in that position. So small chance, in my opinion. Lakers going to switch it up with Danilo and Sandro, and just to avoid it. Yeah. I don't like. I agree with that, but I was thinking worst case scenario. You have, let's say, knock on wood, it doesn't happen. Bremer out and Alexandro out and whatever. What are the chances? You cannot play Alexandro on the back. So I know he's doing it now, but like, what's the point? Just give those minutes to Huijsen a little bit, maybe towards the back end of the season, to see if we have something into the new season. Because the following season, he's gone, Alexander. I'm still hoping Rugani is gone, but let's assume Rugani is staying. What then? Because Bremer could be leaving. I don't think the financial situation will be sorted out next season, even if we make Champions League. Let alone if we don't make Champions League, then, well, all hell could break loose. Um, but even if we make Champions League, you know. Also, I was watching. I wasn't watching Newcastle. I had it on the background. My father was watching it. So he had it on in the background, but I didn't. I saw the Tonali goal. I saw the Isaac goal, and then I stopped watching completely. They don't need Chiesa. Like you always can use Chiesa, but they're not gonna make a bid for Chiesa, and nor should Aston Villa. I think Aston Villa should be more looking at that midfield, in my opinion. But whatever. I'm bringing it up because Giovanni Albanese said yesterday Chiesa could still be on the move, which I don't believe one bit. Like I don't know what you're gonna gain from that. No idea. Tonali was involved in pretty much every goal. He had the pre-assist, right, for the Isaac goal. Was it he who took the free kick? I saw the goal and then I stopped watching. So it would be better for Tonali playing in England. Like England is more open, in my opinion. If you watch it, the games are more end-to-end stuff. It's more open. Like it's not as close as in Serie A. So I think he will do much better than there. Because at Milan, I never really. Oh, that's a terrible tackle from Alexandro. No idea what he's doing there. Jesus Christ. That's a tackle I would expect Locatelli to make, not Alexandro. But here we are. We should have been up by now. We should have been up by now. Are we creating clear-cut chances? No, but we are. There's a presence in the box now. You know, we're dangerous in the box. I think that if you keep this up, if you keep this type of play up all season, whatever, those goals will come by default, in my opinion. You know, they will come by default. If you get into it more and more, we should have been up by now. Halftime. 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 0-0 halftime. Let me know what you make of that first half. I thought it was decent. I think we didn't give away much besides that one Lukman shot, was it? But that was kind of scrappy. I think we didn't really create clear-cut chances because that final ball was missing, but we looked dangerous going forward. So that's my assessment of that first half, basically. Let me change that for the first half, so I'm okay. Up front is solid. Yeah, it does look better up front. It really does. Which is, I'm shocked. I need to be completely honest. I'm shocked. I'm surprised. I don't really care about the goals, or like the result, whatever. Just no injuries, and see improvement. And I've seen improvement. I've seen it steady. Uh, I've seen it going steady up during preseason, which for me is the most important thing. You know, that's what I was asking for pre-game, and I'm good with that. Cambiaso is top tonight. He is good, and I've said it. I think too many times. Uh, um, I've said it with Cambiaso. I'm not his biggest fan, but I hope he proves me wrong because I would be the first one to be extremely happy if he proves me wrong. Because we need it. We need it, and it's tough to find a good right and left back in these days, especially for a normal fee, I'm gonna say. So if you have one who's gonna be solid for our level, then fine, because we didn't pay too much then in that case. So I'm more than happy with that. So 0-0, no injuries. I think he's gonna switch it up now. I think we're gonna see Keane, Milik. I think we're gonna see Bremer. I think we're gonna see Gatti, Kossi Junior. These guys coming on, Nicolucci. I think we're going to see those guys. Maybe not Yildiz and Huijsen that soon because it's closer to the season and you're probably going to play the players you are going to need from the get-go. So I'm not sure we're going to see that much of them. I will be kind of surprised. I hope we will see Yildiz and Huijsen, but not so sure if I'm being completely honest. Not that much. But yeah, no. Let me see. I think I've. Yeah, do you think Atalanta is that physically also Rabiot not ready? Yeah, Rabiot. Rabiot looks off pace, which is normal. Like he didn't play for like 2 months. He did training at the Continasa, but it's not as intensive as doing group training. You know, on tour. Like it's not the same thing. So he looks off pace, 100%. He does look off pace. He needs, I think, another week or two. So that's going to be interesting to see how he's going to handle that. Do you think Atalanta is that physically? They look like that. They kind of looked like that also last season a bit. Maybe it could be, but this is they're playing at a very low intensity. I'm shocked. I'm actually shocked. I was expecting more of a Real Madrid type of game, not pressing from your opponent like that, but a bit more aggressive than what I'm seeing now from Atalanta because it feels soft. Credit to us, but it feels soft. It feels really soft. It does. But at one point, you need to think like the pace or like the intensity Atalanta played with all season of like seasons is crazy. Like it's not normal, and they did it. Credit to them for keeping it up so many seasons. But you know, yeah, I mean, I saw that popping off. We have 54. It feels like it's more, and that's I think that's important. It feels like it's more than 54 because we look more dangerous, you know, going forward. So I'm okay with with that possession. If we play like that up front, of course, you need to get the goals. But it looks good. It really does. So it really does. It looks better. It looks better, and that's. I think after last season, I won't say that's all we can ask for, but like that's the bare minimum we can ask for. You know, just look half decent. that and not like last season, because last season it was unwatchable. Like that was a season. It was hard to watch. It was hard to focus. It was hard to stay focused on the game for 90 minutes. Kostic not starting. No way Allegri trusts Allegri more than Philippe. I'm still putting money on Kostic starting next week. Let me know. Would anyone be shocked if Kostic is starting next week away to Udinese? Like, would anybody be like, oh my god, what is happening? I think nobody would be shocked, right? Or Alexandro starting instead of Gatti. I think everybody would be like, yeah, like, that's what it is. That midfield, like my big question mark going into next week, and I will do it. Like we will preview it. There will be a new preview show. Excuse me, with Julian, which is going to be more interesting than last season. I will still do the live previews, but the biggest question mark going into Udinese is that midfield, in my opinion, because Fagioli's not fit. Rabiot doesn't really look fit. Chiesa, McKennie is kind of struggling with issues as well. You cannot loan out Miretti. You cannot loan out Miretti now, right? You just can't. With so many issues in that midfield, unless you bring somebody in, and then again, that's probably not going to happen. From now to Udinese, you cannot loan out Miretti. If you want to move him on Miretti, you need to bring somebody else in, and he's going to leave on basically deadline day, because you're going to need him. You're going to need him if you don't sign a midfielder, and especially Udinese. With all the injuries we have, issues. Rabiot, as you can see, looks completely off. And Fagioli's not fit. Pogba, whatever. McKennie's he's been out for. You don't hear what McKennie has, but like he's been out for like a week or two now. So something is up. Not that I'm that sad about it. Like I don't want a player to be injured, but like I also don't want him play and be the main guy. But you need Miretti, and he's playing well today, Miretti. Like link up play, he's good in possession, movement. I think that's the big question mark going in. Like up top, you know what's gonna happen unless we sign Lukaku. It's gonna be Vlahovic and Chiesa, and at the back, it's gonna be Chesney, Penin, Bremer, and Danilo, and it should be Gatti. It's gonna be Weah. It's just that midfield and the left hand side. Is it Cambiasso? Is it gonna be Kostic? Is Rabiot gonna start? Is McKennie, or is Miretti staying and he's gonna play? Because Locatelli is penned down, like he's gonna start. So that's a big question mark going into next week. So interesting. It's gonna be interesting. But we still need to beat Udinese. I need to look at what Udinese have done business-wise. They're selling that player to Inter. They lost Beto. I think that deal went through, right? I think he's gone. Unless something happened again with Udinese player and a deal. I think that deal happened. So I need to look into it. But you need to beat Udinese. Like we beat them last season. I think they had a better squad than now, from what I've seen. So you need to see him. Wouldn't be shocked, but I think Cambiasso will start. We are very good, by the way. After years of Cuadrado, fresh air, mamma mia. Yeah, it's different. I think Cuadrado, after years, I'm going to say after the last year and a half from Cuadrado, where he couldn't beat his man, he was making terrible decisions. It was very predictable. I think that was the issue. But post year and a half, Cuadrado, it was fine. Like it was fine. It's different to Weah. They're different type of players. It's more energy, in my opinion, with Weah. It feels like there's more energy, and maybe I'm just, biased because I'm comparing it more to last season. But yeah, let's see. He needs to get the numbers as well. Weah. He need because we were slamming Cuadrado for it as well last season. I'm not saying he needs to get record numbers of assists like Cuadrado did under Pirlo. I'm not asking that, but I'm not even asking goals from Weah. I'm asking at least between 7 and 11 assists in all competitions, Coppa Italia, Serie A. I think that's fair. Is Kamaka injured? I have no idea. I have no idea. Because at the start of the stream, I said Scamacca. Zapata's close to Roma and he's starting him. So, so I don't know if Scamacca's injured. Let me check. I cannot find it. So I'm assuming no. I'm assuming no. Considering Kostic was our top assister with 10 last season, 7 will be huge for Ria. Yeah, but like he also had a few from set pieces. I'm not sure if Ria's going to take those set pieces. But plus 7, I think 7 plus 7, I think that should be fair, you know. I know it's a big upgrade because if you look at Weah's number, he never did that, but that's what we need. That's what we absolutely need. And there are no really excuses. I'm not going to slam him if he doesn't hit 7, but still has a good, very good, effective season. But at the end of the day, we also need to be honest, and you need to get numbers, you know. You need to get numbers as well. 5-7 would be cool for him. Okay, you can pin it down. I'm saying at least 7. I'm saying 7 to 10, so at least 7. Like I think that's fair. I think that's fair in my opinion. But not just him. Like Chiesa, I think he needs to have double figure goals and close to double figure in assists. He needs, and Chiesa also needs to get more involved. He needs to also be more of the mindset. I don't need to do it on my own. I need to link up with Vlahovic. I need to, you know, I think that's still something he needs to change in his game. Like Vlahovic, obviously double figures, and with double figures, I don't mean 11. Like it needs to be 17, 18, in my opinion, Serie A, at least. It has to be. It has to be. That's my expectations from that front 2/3, whatever. Um, hopefully, what we're watching is not a fluke. Yeah, that's the hope. But to be honest, all preseason has been kind of going into this direction up front. Not at the back, because I still believe at the back we're shaky and we're very vulnerable. And that's not just on them, because the quality is what it is. But, you know, you need to find that midfield/team balance again, you know, because at times, I remember that Real Madrid came in the second half. It was way too easy for Atalanta, for Real Madrid to get into our box. So that needs to improve 100%. It does. And it needs to be more of a team effort because that backline alone is not going to get the job done. It's not. Chiesa shines more when he has Miretti on the left midfield. Rabiot offers not that much in possession. Which game was it? It was the Milan game in that first half. The link-up play between Chiesa and Miretti was good. It was very good. It was key. It was key. I'll be right back. I'm going to get my charger really quickly. I'm back. Let me see. Um, I didn't know about the watch long. Well, Sunny, I've said it like 10 times this week, but it's okay. It's okay. Sule in lol. I need to put it on the stream again because I closed it down. Um, let me see. Who's coming on? I've not. Oh, it kicked off. Well, I messed up there. Uh, let me see what the changes are because I was not focused. Uh, who came on? I say Sule. I say Milik, right? Let me check. Let me check who came on. Milik, Sule, Vlahovic, Rabiot. Okay, Rabiot makes sense. Vlahovic not so much, if I'm gonna be completely honest. I don't know if that's a sign, if you want to call it a sign, but he went off. Vlahovic went off. Milik came on. Rabiot makes sense because he's not ready. Yeah, he's not ready, and you can see that compared to the rest, the pace is different. I still believe Monday, Tuesday we will get some news about Milik, about Vlahovic and Lukaku. I still think it's not over. I still believe something is up there. So let's hope not. I know why the deal is happening because somebody was attacking me today on Twitter. Stay off Twitter, people. Saying I don't understand the situation. I do. You can understand the situation. You can understand why the club is looking to move on Vlahovic and bring in a different type of player to balance out the books, whatever. I get that. I 100% get that. But you can still, that being said, you can still be like, I don't want Lukaku. Like, both things can happen. Both things can happen. Sule playing midfield. Like Junior. All preseason. Like Sule did against Napoli as well. I feel like Amrabat is a missing piece in midfield, which gets Locatelli in his best position. Just a DM. Just a DM. You can argue we have one in Rovella, but we need a proper DM. I agree. I 100% agree. To be honest, me and Julian, we did a video or a podcast on that. That's terrible. We did a video on that. In the first year, we had a channel, and we said we haven't had a proper DM ever since. Name it. Since forever. I know Pjanic played that resista role a lot of the times, but like real DM, and that was it's surprising considering who the coach is. But if you see the names we're linked with, Party and Amrabat and Turam and Diarra. Maybe Diarra to a lesser extent because he has other assets to his game going forward. But we need a DM more so than more of the reason, in my opinion, because I don't think Locatelli is good at it. You lose a lot of his qualities, and I don't think he's that good at it. I don't think he's good at that. So that's a foul. How was that not a foul? Let's see how long Weah's gonna play. That's a clear foul and actually yellow, by the way. Let's see how long Weah's gonna play. Well, that's just a straight yellow. Um, let's see. Oh, Locatelli, man. That's also an issue with Locatelli. At times, like, at times when he needs to keep it clean or like he can do fancy stuff, he does the most ugly thing out there, you know, in a very weird way. And when he needs to keep things simple, he overthinks it at times. I feel like Atalanta are changing gear, which is good for the game. It's good for the game because now you probably get more of a test. That's what we needed. Also, people, if you want to become a member, link for that in the description. Also, the Discord prediction league is already kicked off. Everybody who is in the prediction league, you can put in your predictions for the Serie A and Juve season-wise, and Udinese game you can also predict. For the Serie A and the Juve over the entire season, you can do that until the 15th of September. So do that if you want to join. Link for that in the description as well. That was a foul. At the start of the window, I had a feeling, or we discussed, like, you need to replace Di Maria. I still think we need. I still think, like, not replacing him and then also potentially losing Sule is not the best of ideas. Yes, Weah came in, but overall, I think you need also another option on the right hand side, and we don't have one. If Weah is out, excuse me, what then? Then what? Yeah, you're gonna switch Cambiaso to the right, probably, but like it's different than changing it up, but also having a Di Maria up there as an option, even though he didn't play well, Di Maria. Like I'm not saying that, but like it was having the option of that type of player in there. That was for me something we should have done this season, summer. Any case, it's not Saniolo, so I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. Where are you watching the match from? Where I'm watching, I'm watching it from Belgium. Or do you mean what side? It's One Football. So go on One Football, but you need to pay. So you're gonna pay for like 40 minutes or whatever. So don't do that, by the way. I think it's €2. It's like $3. It's not good quality. It stops every single 5 minutes and you need to reload it. But Atalanta have the possession now in the second half. They are the team. What I was expecting or asking for needs to have some intensity in that game because we were kind of in complete control. Also, that was a question Norbert asked: are we going to keep it up? The answer is 10 minutes into the second half, no. Like, no. You need to find a balance in what you're doing. Um, but to be honest, last season we did it for like 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and then it was over. We did it for and a half now, so I'm going to call improvement. Those Atalanta jerseys, by the way, are disgusting. Why would you ever design such a thing? Kostic is coming on, so it's probably going to be Cambiaso because he had his wrist problem. Yeah, it's going to be Cambiaso. Yeah, then wrist injury. Good game from Cambiaso. Credit to him. He played well. Played very well. Very, very good, to be honest. So good for him. Where are you watching the match? One football. One football. Let's see how it will change with Kostic. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see how much of a difference it will make with Kostic in that team. Let's see. Oof. That was that was a great effort from Milik. That was a great effort. I thought it was going in. I thought it was going in. Ah, it's off a little bit. Still, good effort. Good effort. That's a foul. How is that not a foul? Any news for Jolly's injury? For Jolly, yeah, he's not injured. Oh yeah, he had that shoulder surgery. That's what's keeping him sidelined. Like he has no injury. It's just he's healing from that shoulder. You can call it an injury, but he's just healing. He needs to heal. But there's no news. There's no real update. Like, is he actually training fully with the squad? That's also up there because I've seen reports saying yes. I've seen reports saying no. Um, let's see what he will say because Allegri will post game will be asked about a midfielder. He will give you the political answer, but maybe in between the lines he will get you. He will give you some news on Fagioli or whatever or Miretti, his future, because I think that's key. I think that's key. Yeah, he broke it, so he needs to heal. He's just healing, so it is an injury, but it's more of a freakish injury. I must say, Sule loses possession a lot, especially this preseason. He's lost it quite a few times. Is there a problem in the stream or is it only on my end? It just tuned in. Which stream? This stream? This watch along is going perfectly. I have no feedback that it's not working. Sully is definitely not a wing back. Yeah, I think that's very obvious. No, I think that's very obvious. Oh, then it's your problem, Murat. I can see myself on the stream because I have it on. So maybe refresh it. I watched Newcastle before this game, and we are unfortunately not even close to being the best black and white team in the world. Yeah, they are. They play at a high intensity. Well, good coach. Eddie Howe is a good coach. They play at a high intensity. Very direct team. Very direct team. It's crazy to say I'm not expecting us to be on that level because we should be on a level above. Because to be honest, they don't have a stacked squad. It's just very good coaching. It's a very good coaching job from Eddie Howe because the team is not that stacked. You know, yes, they have Isaac, but like he's not a world beater. They added Tonali, but like they do it with Joe Linton and what's Longstaff and those type of players. So credit to Eddie Howe, but they are good. Defensively, they're also very good. Pau Torres was horrible. Did he start? I thought he was on the bench. Again, I didn't watch the entire game. Tonali did. Yeah, he did well. I didn't know what Pau Torres started, to be honest. There's no movement in the second half. Yeah, that's what we also discussed in the preseason games. Like it drops off. That's what you said. The intensity. The intensity is different. That's the key thing. You know, you need to find a balance because it's good to keep it up 45 minutes. But what about the rest of the game? That was the issue last season. But then we did it for like 10, 15 minutes, and then it was nothing for the entire game. So you need to find a balance. Also, you need to get that goal quickly because that will help a lot. Opening up teams. But that's what we discussed. You need to find the balance. And I don't think we did that so far in preseason. That's my biggest It's the same. Is it the same? First 20 minutes good, then a drop off issue. I'm gonna say it's longer for Gatti, Nicolosi, and Junior coming on. I think it's more than 25 minutes now. I do think that. It's just second half is a complete drop off. Or not complete, but like it's different. It's different. But yeah, he played a good game. I thought last season we didn't even have 25 minutes. I thought like 15 at max in certain games, and then we were just gone, completely gone. So I'll even take 25 now. It's more of sloppy passes and silly mistakes in the second half. That's not helping going forward. That was also in that, more so in that Real Madrid game than that Milan game. How did you not score? How did you not score from that? How do you not score? That was great play from Chiesa. Even from Nicolosi after that first mistake. Or his first touch let him down, but did well afterwards. What's the latest obsession of playing Junior in midfield? Well, he's playing Kostic now. And that's it. And also, we don't have a lot of midfielders, so he needs to find a solution. Ooh, that's terrible. And we're going to go down. Oh, they miss. That was terrible defending. Was it Gatti? Was it Gatti? It was Danilo. Holy shit, that was terrible. That was terrible from Danilo. I thought it was Gatti. Why are you sliding in that challenge? Just stay on your feet, man. No need to challenge there. Just stay on your feet and you're just going to run into you or just track back. I thought it was Gatti, but it was Danilo. It was Danilo. Yeah, Mora. It was just not smart. You cannot go down in that situation because there's no backing. Like there's no cover in your back. Like if you don't get that ball, you're done. Like you're cooked. No need to do that. Too soon. Too soon that switch of play. Sule is playing better defensively than than going forward. It's okay. Nothing can be fixed by kissing the badge. Yeah. Second half, we are letting more crosses in and whatever you want to call it. Let's look at it. Let's look at. Yeah, you need to score there. I'm sorry. You need to hit the target. Hoyson Yildiz. Rugani coming on. So that means Gatti. No, that means Chiesa. Chiesa's going off. And then it's Danilo, right? And Bremer, I guess. That's also strange with Yildiz and Hoyson. Like they're playing first team football all preseason, and now they need to go back to the under 23s. Didn't train with them at all, and now they need to play for them. Very strange, but it is what it is, I guess. Is Suleiman marking midfielder or dueling on the flanks? He's doing both. Like defensively, he's doing more than going forward. The game starts for Hanin now. Yeah. Only Nonge is missing, and she might tape the last 20 minutes to rewatch it in the morning. Who actually played very well in that first half. On Thursday, was it, right? No, Wednesday. Wednesday, was it? He played very well in that first half. Nonge. He might be the next one up, if it's not Hoyson, basically. The season is going to be terrible. I don't have high hopes for the season because the team is kind of the same. The coach is is the same. So I'm not. My expectations are extremely low. So I can only be surprised, I guess, not disappointed, because because my expectations are not that high to begin with. So yeah. Shriman. 15 minutes ago still. A bit more. I'd say 20 minutes. Knock on wood, Hoist is very talented. Sorry, Ali, for butchering the Dutch language. I'm not saying correctly. Actually, it's Huisen. But that might sound ridiculous for you guys. So Huisen it is. But it's actually Huisen. I think that's the hope, with Bonucci leaving, Sandro gone, Rugani is what it is, Danilo aging. That's the hope. That's actually the hope. Also, him willing to be here, committing to the project idea, whatever, should give you some hope. I think, I guess. Locatelli playing a lot of minutes. I think he played every single game, and he's playing quite a lot. Keane is out, right? Or did I miss read that? That's great work from Sule. That's great work from Sule there. Not giving up. Good. Let me see. That was close. He needs to grow physically. Yeah, it will happen. It needs time. But we do need an extra. Like, it will solve issues, but we still need an extra defender. I think that's why we were linked with one also. I like Yildiz. Like, he's very tidy in possession. Like, he can switch it up really, really quickly. Second half, the energy dropped. It dropped, but I think we were all expecting. I like Nicolucci more than I thought. Imagine if he did not injure his. That's my biggest issue. When people say keep him, I'm like, I don't think it's fair towards him because he's not going to play a lot. And after his injury, he needs to play. Like, he deserves to play, uh, just for his own career, I guess, and for his own well-being. Like, he hasn't played for so long. He needs to play. He deserves to play. So I hope he goes out on loan, actually, because I don't think it will do any good if he just gets a few minutes here and there for us. Like, not for us and not for him, especially not for him. That injury, like, Nicolucci was what we are discussing, like Miretti, Fagioli, like, he was that guy. The difference is there was just Nicolucci. Now we have quite a lot. Also because of circumstances, maybe if we had a team like 2017, 17, excuse me, and with all these youngsters, maybe we're not hyping them up because we wouldn't be that desperate. But Nicolucci was that guy. He was that guy, Nicolucci. Are there penalty kicks if tied? I don't know. I hope not. There's no need for it. I don't think so. There's no need for it. Just call it off. Catelli coming off. Again, I don't care about the result because I know, like, the mindset is different in preseason. Like, you're not going to go fully committed into everything. It's different. I just know injuries. I needed some good fitness levels, which I think improved compared to last season. And I saw some good stuff. Hazard's coming on, so he made his debut. That's a pen. I thought he hit him. I think Sule should be kept. Yeah, I agree. I need options on that right hand side, but there's lots of the balls, but at least he's trying to create. Yeah. People like the video if you haven't, please. Because it's almost game over, so do it now. It will help the channel more than people could imagine. So even in dailies and whatever, just hit that like the moment you open the link. Thanks for watching, by the way. But we have so many views, but the likes never match it. And I get it because I don't always like every video, but gonna be a hypocrite like ours. Why is there so much hype behind Thuram? Is he that good? He's good. He's good. Maybe not that good as I don't know what you mean by hype. I I don't know what people have been saying. I just said he's good and his ceiling could be very very high. He could because he's very good at what he does. He's actually very good. But he is talented. He has a bit in high ceiling. He does. He actually does. He's also very young still. After the live, by the way, I'm just gonna wrap it up immediately because I will do a match reaction for people who haven't watched the game. And yeah, I will do a live tomorrow to discuss that as well. But seems like Kane has already turned Bayern into Spurs. What are Bayern doing? I saw they were losing 2-0, right? He's not playing, so that's the ultimate jinx. But Bayern are not a good team. 3-0. That damn it, they're not a good team. They're not a good team. They're very confusing ideas. Yeah, 3-0. That's peak. Then again, they're playing with Tel up front. Yeah, that's typical Kostic. Like he's gonna put that cross in, even though you shouldn't be putting that cross in there. Yeah, Paqueta. I mean, I think Milan are punching air right now. I think he had a good season at West Ham, especially the second part of the season. But like, he's not 80 million pounds. So let's say 95 million euros or whatever. It's uh, it's ridiculous. Oh no, less than 95. Excuse me. It's ridiculous. Like he's not worth that much. Ooh, what the hell was that? But so is Declan Rice not worth? Caicedo's not worth that money. Like it's getting out of hand, and it's a big issue for us, Spain, Germany, because we cannot compete. Like let's be completely honest. Consistency. You can have an Inter in the Champions League final now and then because of the draw. But the Champions League is going to change next season as well. Keep that in mind. You know, it's not going to be a group with four or what is it, 4 or 8, and then the top four makes it out, and then the bottom four of each group play each other, and then four make it out or something like that. It's weird. It's going to be very strange watching the Champions League next season. Because one team is going to play more games. I don't think that's fair, but that's just to create more games. That being said, we cannot compete with the Premier League. So you need to be smart, and you need to hope if you buy a Diarra that he turns out to be very good. And if he wants to leave, fine, you flip him for a lot of money, but you can reinvest that in the team. That's what we need. Or you need to get sold as a club, or a big investment needs to come in. But it is what it is. Like if you look what there's like 85 for Havertz, who's done absolutely nothing at Chelsea besides scoring the Champions League final. I don't get that. Like, you cannot. And the messed up part is, you have Arsenal fans don't even caring about it. They're saying, "Oh, it's not our money, just spend it." And I'm like, I wish we can do that. I wish we can sign. Name it. Koopmeiners from Atalanta. Let's say we sign him for 80 mil, and he kind of flops. He's not worth 80 mil, and we can say like, yeah, whatever. It's not our money. We'll go again next season. I wish we can do that, but we can't. We are struggling to sign 20 million euros Diarra. So, okay, let that sink in. 50 million euro home. Kostic is very one-dimensional as a winger. I would expect him to dribble more and at least try to run into the box. Yeah, we discussed that, and he made that clear with that cross or whatever he was trying to attempt there. I'm not gonna say discuss if we are ready for the season. We will do that during the week because we will build up to the first game. We will have previews and whatever members coming on, so we'll discuss that during the week. So keep that in mind to join us, because again, Monday things can change. Maybe the Vlahovic Lukaku thing picks up. Maybe you get a Diarra, or maybe Miretti leaves, or whatever, or a big offer comes in for I don't know. So it's maybe a bit too early. I'm going to say we should be ready to beat Udinese and Bologna. You should be ready to beat those teams. Are we ready for the big picture? You know, playing Lazio, Inter. I'm probably not, but let's look in that more into the season. We're going to do the predictions because somebody texted me, are you going to do predictions for entire league? Yes, but in September when the Mercato has closed, because it's not fair to do a prediction now. And then a team sells his main guy or whatever. End of the game. 0-0. Uh, good test. Good test. Especially that first half. A lot of change in the second half. Intensity dropped. I think that's kind of expected. That was what happens in most preseason games. But good test. 0-0. And now it's a real work. Now it's Udinese. Now it's Udinese. So there's no room for mistakes. There's no room for nothing now. It needs to happen because they stick with Allegri. Uh, it needs to get done this season. So yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up because I will do a match reaction for the people who haven't watched the game. Thanks everybody for joining in. Like the video if you haven't. Subscribe to the channel. Join the members club if you want because the prediction league kicks off and you can win official jerseys and everything like that. So do that if you want to. I will be live tomorrow, the usual hour, to discuss the game and whatever, and maybe some additional transfer news. Who knows? Or maybe what Allegri will discuss post game now. So yeah, thanks for watching, everybody, and I will see you guys all live